Woohoo! Juicy title. Tell me more. Okay, I will. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Drew, and this is McElroy Talks, where we talk personal finance and business. Basically, anything that has to do with money, we're going to talk about it. Today, we're going to talk about the actual cost of a PlayStation 5. The point of today's video is not to stop you from buying a PlayStation 5 or any other expensive item that you may be considering. The point is to get you thinking about the actual cost of your purchases and how they affect your financial goals, because the actual cost of these purchases is not the retail value. Basically, what this boils down to is opportunity cost. You're missing out on one opportunity because you chose something else. And in this case, it's directly related to your personal finances. Now, the numbers I'm going to be talking about today, there's a lot of variables involved based on your income tax rate, the state you live in, sales tax. There's a lot of different variables. So consider these numbers rough estimates. They're going to be different based on your individual circumstance and where you live geographically and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to give you an example based on basically averages that I pulled just to kind of represent what I'm talking about. So the PlayStation 5 retails at $499. Now, this is the sticker price, not the price that it's selling for online, which is something crazy like $1,200, just because of lack of supply. In Virginia, the combined state tax and average local tax is 5.65%. This brings the total of the PlayStation 5 to $527. So again, depending on the state, this could be different, but for the purposes of this video, we're going to assume that the PlayStation with tax costs $527. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the cost to your time. Now, as we all know, we have to pay income taxes. So really, you don't need to earn $527 in order to afford the PlayStation 5. You need to earn whatever that would be pre-tax for you. So in this example, we're going to use the median household income in the United States based on the 2019 census. This median household income is $68,703. With this level of income in Virginia, again, it's going to be different by state, but in Virginia, your effective tax rate total, state and federal, is going to be 24.64%, which breaks out to an effective 12.04% federal tax rate, 7.65% FICA tax rate, and a 4.92 state tax rate. So again, this is going to depend on your state. But in order to afford a $527 item, you would need to earn $699. I'm going to say that again because it's almost $200 more. In order to afford a $527 item, you would need to earn $699 of income. So again, this is just the cost to your time. So it doesn't actually cost you $700 in cash, but you do have to earn $700. It's a pretty good chunk of your time, and if you're making $68,000 a year, that's not chump change. That's a good number of hours. That's just a consideration of, is that purchase worth the time that it's going to take you to earn that money? Okay, so now that we've talked about the time cost, let's talk about the financial cost. So we're not just going to talk about the $527 that's coming out of your pocket, your bank account. We're going to look at how much that affects your future earnings. So how much does that affect you meeting your financial goals? Anytime you choose to buy an item over investing that money, you're essentially losing out on the potential investment returns of that money in the future. Now, this doesn't mean you shouldn't buy anything ever, but what it does mean is it's just a consideration for you to think about anytime you make a purchase or before you make a purchase. We're going to take a look at the $527 invested over a period of time. So we're going to look at it 5 years, 10 years, and then look at it even further down the road at 40 years to see if we were to consider this retirement money, how much that would actually be. All the numbers I'm going to be giving you are based off an 8% interest rate. Starting with 5 years, as you can see, the $527 has increased by $247 in 5 years. Now, again, this isn't game-changing money, but it is, it's about 50% of the total. So now looking at the 10-year time horizon, we can see that the $527 has doubled at this point. So we're making some headway. Compounding interest is starting to take effect. Now, if we take a look all the way out at 40 years, that $527 has become $11,500. It has doubled almost 11 times. Just looking at it from a sheer percentage standpoint, that's an insane amount. Now, of course, 40 years is a long time, and $11,000 won't make you a millionaire. I mean, it'll make you $11,000, but, that's not going to make or break your retirement. But think about it like this. 11 times the amount that you've invested, that's a lot. Now, just think about this. Again, this isn't going to make or break your retirement, but think about how many purchases like this you make over your lifetime. Think about how many $527 purchases you might make in a year, right? The likelihood is you probably make at least one a year. While this one individual purchase wouldn't make or break your retirement, the decision to make multiple of these over your lifetime can make or break your retirement, or at the very least, determine whether or not you have an okay retirement or an extraordinarily comfortable retirement, right? These are these small decisions that we make every day that, even though 40 years is a very long time from now, they do affect us, and that opportunity cost that we miss out on can be very drastic. Now let's say that you were going to make a $527 purchase every year for 40 years. But instead, we're going to invest that at 8% like we talked about before. Now, you've got almost $150,000 in 40 years. Forget a PS5. I'm buying a Porsche. Now, look, I'm not judging you if you want to buy a PlayStation 5. I've certainly made purchases, and I continue to make purchases that definitely could have been put to other places. But the point I'm trying to make is, if we want to reach our financial goals, we need to start thinking about how the purchases that we make on a day-to-day basis can affect our ability to reach our financial goals, or how much better off we could be and surpass our financial goals if we just made a few tweaks to what we're buying. All I'm saying is, just think about, and this goes for any purchase, just think about, is this really worth taking away from me, from my future goals? All right, so that's all for this video. I hope you liked it. If you do, maybe consider hitting the like button, subscribe if you want more content like this, and comment down below and let me know if you've made any purchases that you regret and wish you had put toward your financial goals. I know I mentioned earlier the TRX. I wish I had invested that couple $100. I've only used the thing maybe twice. All right, so until next time, thanks guys. Bye.